You want it on its side like that?
What on its side like
Won't that record a fucked up video?
No, we'll just record a horizontal video. They have not come through yet. Which is worrisome.
Which one's the excluded? Oh, okay. The marked one?
Yeah. They're just dirty, this one.
Yep. Oh.
Chances are the queen's not going to be all the way here.
No, there's nowhere for her to lay yet.
Another new one, you can feel it's very light coming out.
A little more progress on that one.
Yeah.
And they've got some larval activity there, so she has been here.
This is a lot of empty comb that we've got going on.
Well, that's brood that they're covering up, isn't it?
Some of it. And that's a really wide comb. They're moving into honey production now.
Good. Whoa. That's not huge.
No, but it's getting very wide.
Yep.
See how it's being pushed off on the side? That means that they aren't building it unilaterally, so they're all even. See, if you have a peak in there, you'll actually see a big bunch of comb sticking out. See it?
Yeah.
Oh, and there's the queen. Get a nice shot of the queen. You see her?
No, I don't.
She's around the middle of that bigger comb moving towards the... Yeah. You see her?
I don't see her, but I'm obviously...
There she is.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Very tiny wings on her. Does she actually fly?
She only flies really once. Well, I mean, when they swarm and they mate.
Yeah, those are some stubby little wings on her. They're not trying to crawl out as much as last time.
We left a much smaller space this time too, so
Good.
they don't have as much room.
So there you go, people. That was a glimpse at the queen and some combs.
Let's pull out another one and see how this frame, you'll see it once we get further and further into the hive, how that big bulky comb is affecting everything else.
Yeah, it's going to create some tight spaces for extracting. Yeah, they're growing it out. This one has much more progress than the last, obviously. Just dripping with nectar.
Huge. large bunches of comb. So what that means to me is I'm going to put a spacer bar in between to give them a little bit more space in between these bars.
Oh, that straggler, get in there. And this is the fun part, folks, where you get bees all up in your face. Although they're pretty calm today. I'm going to grab the camera again because I might be able to show some of the cool dance moves and displays that the bees do.
Yeah.
When they're up on top here. They don't really want to sting us because they know full well that that means certain doom. Because if just one of these bastards stings me, I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down.
We're totally editing that out. See, on these types of combs too, they naturally build wider combs when it comes to making honey.
Careful you're not scraping the back end of it against the other slat, eh?
Oh, this one's a heavy one.
Look at that. Now sometimes, like the last time I was out here, they were shaking their butts like a rattlesnake. There you go. There was one doing it right there. You go. And they're pretty much communicating to each other by body language and by vibrating their wing, like flapping their wings. I kind of question the real definition of the term intelligence when you can watch bees literally communicate with each other. They have their own dialect.
Giving myself more space to room. More space to room, huh?
So we had 2 stings last time. I'm wagering we're going to go with no stings. She's got much better protection on her hands now. Oh, here's a whole cluster coming out to say hello.
Come on, move out of the way.
This takes a lot of patience and precision to not squish these poor little suckers in the process of doing this. This one here, if I can get him in the shot, is recovering some of that nectar. That sucks because I want it. It's delicious.
Well, you remember
but every last drop is important for the colony.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. They don't seem to be as agitated as last time, which is a good thing, but as you can see, we're doing okay as far as protective clothing. Okay, he's a little annoyed, the one buzzing around your hand.
Yeah.
Or just curious.
I'm moving it over because
Yeah, we're gonna have to increase spacing, I think.
some of the spacing. But a major reason why I'm doing it is there's a burr comb
on the side.
Yep.
So we're going to try to remove that?
Yep. That's why I had you bring the jar.
Why don't you bring the camera over here? There's one checking out his dead buddy.
Yeah, well, they naturally remove their dead buddies from circulation.
It won't take them long to figure out that we're the culprit.
But I didn't kill him in the first place. He was, like, semi-squished in there to begin with.
Right.
I need you to grab the glass jar.
Okay. Quite a few flying out. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to get a glimpse. I don't want to stand on the other side because that's where the entrance is. I don't want my crotch right where they're flying in and out of the hive. This poor guy here. Oh, that was kind of sloppy. Well, they're not going to abandon it. They're going to defend that. Get a shot of that burr comb. Nope, you moved the jar. So basically these things, they build on the side walls of the hive and they'll impede our ability to safely, gently remove the comb. And we don't want to break off pieces as we go along. Heidi's popular for the moment. It's a good technique to get them out of there. Are they out? Did you bring a lid for that thing?
Let's find a lid.
I could take it back to the house.
No, I'm still going to need it.
For what?
For more.
Huh. Fly somewhere. Ooh, don't, the vibes.
It's not much of a better way to get them off, Mike.
I know. Well, that was a better way.
Next time we'll bring a jar with me.
You're not finding any early larvae or anything in there?
Not in those ones. Those are near little combs.
Okay.
Oh, see, yes, there was a larvae in there.
I told you. See, but he just... Oh. That's real nice. Let's drop a dead baby on their heads.
Well, not intentionally, obviously.
It's a pretty big larva.
Yeah.
Hold on. Coming with the camera. Much more progressed. And they get much more progressed as we get to the end of this. That's all honey down at the bottom.
And that's kind of worrying me. Bad.
Why is that bad?
It means the queen might have been running out of room to lay eggs.
Careful, you're going to squish a bunch.
And there's a good chance they might want to swarm. I haven't seen any swarm cells yet, but it doesn't mean there won't be.
Well, there's larvae as well.
Yeah.
Which is also a good sign.
No, but remember what I was telling you about, like, a cake with a jelly fill in the middle?
Yeah.
You don't want to see honey in the middle or nectar. You want to see like larvae
Poking out.
Yeah.
Well, the sealed in stuff. Don't they seal it in for the incubation period and the baby chews its way out?
Yeah, they come out, but then the queen goes back and continues laying cells and larvae in the middle section.
It looks like she was setting herself up further back to do just that. So, I don't know if it's such a bad sign or not.
Well,
Just have to keep checking and observing.
yeah.
Is that squished beehive? Yeah, it is. Put them off. You can still crawl around. Oh, his butt got squished.
Or he got glued together.
Oh, by the stuff. Yeah, the other bee could have been attempting to clean it off of him. And he's back, flipped over on his belly. Poor thing.
Yeah, see, look at all that honey in the middle. Still no swarm cells yet.
Hang on, look at some of those empty pockets. I think there's little faces in them.
Yeah, but you're still seeing that being pollen right on his legs?
Yeah.
Is it pollinated? No, you're still looking for a stuffed donut. See all of this honey in the middle? I'm not sure how good it is.
Huh.
Whether or not, because like I said, you know, she should still be laying eggs in the middle sections. And they don't tend to put honey or nectar in the middle unless they're thinking of swarming.
You win some, you lose some in this game.
Well, you don't want them to swarm because the new queen takes most of the population with it.
Yep.
And takes the nectar. Like, they eat everything before they leave, so they leave your hive with, like, nothing. Almost nothing. Small population.
They could be, through their genetic history, used to the classical style of beehive that looks like a dresser. This design might be confusing them.
Not really, because it does. If these go wild, they won't find something that they can build a hive up, like, from top down.
True. I mean, these things can build a hive in a hollowed-out tree.
Yeah. Which is their preference, and they'll hang the comb at the top and keep going downwards with it.
So this might be more...
This is much more natural, which is why we see varying size in combs and why we add the spacers, because as they get towards honey production, they start making wider combs instinctively.
We totally sound like scientists right now. Whoa, are those two fighting? Yes. Those two bees like fighting.
So it might be a bee from a different hive. Honey again, straight down the middle.
Yeah. Maybe they're switching sides then. She's going to do the reproduction at this end and the honey at this end.
Still no swarm cells.
What does a swarm cell look like? Oh, that's the jelly donut thing?
No, it'll be like a hanging little hive cell.
For a queen embryo?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they'll practice.
This is so awesome.
Here, on the other hand, it's
I'm going to pluck it off.
you don't want it on your fingers.
Oh.
There's a scent.
Right, more pheromones.
And the scent of nectar.
Nectar.
Like, you see how crazy this guy's going for the knife? Like...
Yeah. I have to say that you're doing an excellent job of scraping that without ticking them off.
Well, I can reuse the wax, so if it falls down to the bottom, I'm not too like, worried.
Right.
They'll reclaim
Are we going to
wax.
redeposit that into the hive or keep it?
I'm going to keep what I took out. So getting closer towards the entrance, so there's a lot more activity as we get to this end.
Of course.
This one's a heavy bar.
Yeah, these are going to be the most... Look at that,
See?
just dripping.
That's what I don't want. Get the jar, get the jar, get the jar. Put it underneath. Quick, please. No, just put it down. You don't want your hand near it.
Well, it may not look good to you, but it looks delicious to me.
Yeah, now they're all going to feed on the nectar that's dripped down. And that continues dripping, but now I can get that one little piece of burr comb off.
Yeah, it does seem to like give a good distraction when there's a couple of drops of nectar on the surface.
Yeah, the problem though is you could also invite another hive.
It's a lot of bees. Well, that's a good sized chunk.
This one has a larva in it.
It does? Yeah. Damn.
Before I remove it, I should have done that with the other ones too.
probably trying to sting.
Don't get in too close. They're like getting pissed off now.
You can tell it's almost like a change in tone of voice with their buzzing.
Yep.
But they're not acting too violent. They're just, although he's displaying, he's showing you a stinger. The one on the lid there. I gotta try to get a shot of that.
The one here, he's cleaning himself.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
I thought he was showing off his stinger, like, don't get too close, bitch.
Nope. There's a drone. See that really big, fat, round butt one?
Yeah.
There's two of them.
Yeah.
They don't have any stingers.
They don't?
Nope. Their only purpose is to mate with the queen.
Not a bad job.
Except at the end of the winter, you get kicked out of the hive and dumped outside.
That's normally how it works.
Let gooey propolis come apart.
Are you gonna stick a spacer in?
I've already stuck the spacers in where I needed them.
And still gaps. Did you already take the end one out?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're getting ready to seal it back up.
Yep. I need you to make sure that all of my bee spaces over there get filled up as I pull this over, so like put a spacer in.
Didn't need to move the jar.
Yep. I just need to,
You're trying to slide them all this way?
yeah.
Okay.
I'll be giving you a space in just a second.
I've got one. They'll be able to seal those gaps.
They're not on that side yet, though. Or at least they're not on that side of the board.
No, they're not. It's past the excluder.
Yeah.
How long does it take for the larvae to reach maturity?
It depends what type it is, but I think it's like 18 to 21 days.
Okay. Until next time, bees. Okay, I'm down.